Here's your guys' homework on solving logarithmic equations. So we're going to start with number 1. Alright, so with number 1, we have, so recall, you guys need to get log equaling the same log, which we do. So once you guys have those equal, all you guys have to do is equate the things on the parentheses equal to each other. So for this first one, we're going to have 3x minus 11 equals 25 minus x. Now let's get variables on one side and let's get constants on the other. Divide both sides by 4, x is equal to 9. And if we plug in 9 into here and to here, we are going to get positive 16 for both. So this is going to be your guys' answer. All right, so number 3. Okay, so here's number 3. Now, remember, you guys try to get 1 log to equal 1 log. Now, this one has 2 logs, so let's combine it. So this one and this one. There's log, no coefficients, which means, and there's an addition sign in between, so which means you guys can use your product rule. So log base 2 of 3 times 2y minus 1. We are going to, this is kind of thick, we are going to distribute 3 to both of these. So then we are going to get log base 2 of 75 is equal to log base 2 of 6y minus 3. Now we have log is equal to log. Good. So then all you guys have to do is equate this one with that one. So 75 is going to equal to 6y minus 3. Let's add 3 to both sides. 78 is equal to 6y. Divide both sides by 6. 13 is equal to y. And remember, if you guys plug it back in, we are going to be getting a positive in there, which looks good. So our answer is going to be 13 is equal to y, or y is equal to 13. All right, number 5. So let's get 1 log to just be on this side. So log, and there's a minus sign. So that means it's quotient rule. So log base 4 of 108 divided by 9, which is equal to log base of 4 of 7a minus 9. 108 divided by 9, you guys, is log base 4 of 12 equals log base 4 of 7a minus 9. Okay, so we have log, so that means we can just equate that to that one. So 12 is going to equal to 7a minus 9, so let's solve for a. Add 9 to both sides. Divide both sides by 7. 3 is equal to a. And if you guys plug it in, it looks to be okay. So there's your guys' answer. All right, 7. We have a log and a log. Good. So now we just equate these equal to each other. So w squared plus 21 is equal to 10w. Now let's set it equal to 0. So subtract 10w from both sides. W squared minus 10w plus 21 is equal to 0. You factor out this, you guys. So remember, 2 things that multiply to 21 but add together gives you negative 10, negative 3, and negative 7. So w minus 3 times w minus 7 is equal to 0. W is going to equal to 3 or 7. And if you guys plug in 3 or 7 into w here, they are going to be positive, and they look like they're going to equate. So this is your guys' answer. Okay, number 9. All right, so we have a log and a minus sign. So that's going to be quotient rule. So log base 4 of 2m to the third minus 14m squared divided by 2m is going to equal to log base 4 of 8. Okay, so we have log and log, so now we can equate this parenthesis with that one. So 2m to the third minus 14m squared all over 2m is equal to 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 2m so that we don't have any more fractions. 2m to the third minus 14m squared. These cancel. This cancels with that. And on this side, we're going to get 16m. So let's subtract 16m from both sides. 2m to the third minus 14m squared minus 16m is equal to 0. Okay, I can factor out a 2m on this side. So we're going to get 2m times m squared minus 7m minus 8 equals 0. So let's do the x method to factor. So on top it's negative 8, bottom negative 7. Two things that multiply in negative 8, but add gives you negative 7, negative 8, and 1. So we're going to get 2m, m minus 8, and m plus 1 is equal to 0. So then m is going to equal to 0, m is going to equal to 8, and m is going to equal to negative 1. Now we have to plug these in to check. Now you guys take a look. If you plug in m is equal to 0 for that one, it's going to be log base 4 of 2 times 0, 0. You cannot have a 0 or a negative inside the parentheses for log. So this is not going to be an answer. If you guys plug in this one in for this m, you're going to get 2 times negative 1 for negative 2. So then log base 4 of a negative number, you guys, is not allowed. So that's not an answer. And if you plug in this one into all your guys' m's, that looks like it will be positives all around. So your guys' answer is actually going to be m is equal to 8. Number 11. Alright, so this one, you guys, well, this is going to be your guys' using your log form and changing it to exponential form. So our b value is 3, so we're going to get 3. Our x value is going to be 4, so it's going to be 3 to the 4th, which is equal to 2x minus 7. I am using this formula, you guys, and making it into that formula right there. If it confuses you, then you guys just keep on using the formulas to help you out. So then when you guys solve for this, 3 to the 4th is 81 equals 2x minus 7 plus 7 plus 7. 88 equals 2x, divide both by 2. 44 is equal to x. 44 is equal to x. Plug in 44 in for x right there. It looks like we'll give you a positive, and looks like it's going to check out. So x is equal to 44. Alright, 13. So again, I'm going to drag this down so you guys know. This is the formula I'm always going to refer to you guys back to. Changing it from exponential form to log form. So this is going to be 9 to the 1/2 is equal to 15 minus 4n. 9 to the 1/2, you guys, 1/2 is the same thing as a square root. So square root of 9 is just 3. And then you guys just solve for that. So divide both by -4. 3 is equal to n. Plug that back into here, and it looks like you guys are going to get 15 minus 12. So that looks pretty good. So n is going to equal to 3. For 15, so we want it to be log form. Now notice that there's no coefficients in front of the log. So let's move this 2 to be a power using the power rule. So log base 4 of k to the second equals 4. Now we can use your log form and change it to exponential form. So 4 to the 4th power is equal to k squared. 4 to the 4th is 256, you guys, equals k squared. Square root both sides, and you're going to get 16 equals k, plus or minus 16. So if you guys plug in positive 16 into that k, that is okay. But if you plug in negative 16, you're going to get log base 4 of negative 16, which is not good. So your guys' only answer is k is equal to 16. Okay. Now, just for the sake of argument, I'm just going to continue on with doing the even numbers, just so that you guys can get more review. Alright, so log and log, those are the same, so that means this is going to be the same as that. So 4n minus 7 is going to equal to negative 3n. Now you guys just solve for n, so negative 7 equals negative 7n, divide both by negative 7, 1 is going to equal to n. Now, if you guys plug this back into your original, notice how when you guys do that, you're going to get a negative on the inside, which is not good. So this cannot be an answer, which means it's going to be no solution. Number 4. So remember, you need a log and a log on both sides, but this 2 cannot be there. It can only have, there can not be any coefficients in front of the log. So we have to use power rule to move the 2 to be a power of that. So we're going to get log of m to the second equals log of 36. Now we have log on the left with no coefficients and a log on the right with no coefficients. So just set the arguments equal to each other. Square root both sides, m is going to equal plus or minus 6. Now, if you plug in positive 6 into this log, that is good. But if you plug in negative 6, that's not good, because you cannot have a negative number or a 0 in there. So your only answer is going to be m is equal to 6. Number 6. So we're probably going to have a log equaling a log, but notice how for this log there's a coefficient in front. So we have to move that coefficient by using the power rule. So 64 to the 1/3 is equal to, alright, a log on log, and there's a positive sign. So that's using your guys' product rule. So log base 5 of 8 times p, which is 8p. Now, 64 to the 1/3, you guys, that's the same thing as saying the cube root of 64, which is just 4, and that's going to equal to 8p. Divide both by 8, 1/2 is going to equal to p. Plug that into there, it's going to be a positive value, which is fine, so that is going to be your guys' answer. Alright, let's check out 8. So we want one log here. There's several logs here, so let's make this into one log by condensing it. So it's positive, which means it's going to be product rule, so log base 2 of 2x times x minus 7 equals log base 2 of 4x. Log base 2 of 2x times x, you guys, is 2x squared. 2x times negative 7, negative 14x, which is equal to log base 2 of 4x. Now, we have log on both sides, so now let's just equate this equal to that. So we're going to get 2x squared minus 14x, which is equal to 4x. Set it equal to 0, so subtract both sides by 4x, and we're going to get 2x squared minus 18x equals 0. Factor the left-hand side, so we can factor out at 2x from both sides, so x minus 9 is equal to 0. So that means x is going to equal to 0, or x is going to equal to 9. Now, if you guys plug this back into here, notice how right there you're going to get 4 times 0, and it's 0. You cannot have a 0 inside of the parentheses, so this cannot be an answer. But if you plug in this one into there, or into there, or into there, it's going to give you guys positive values, which looks to be pretty good. So x is equal to 9 is our answer. here is 10. So log on both sides. So let's move this 2 to be a power of this one using power rule. So log of x minus 3 to the second is equal to log of 25. So that means we're going to have x minus 3 to the second is equal to 25. So let's solve for x. So let's square root both sides. So x minus 3 is going to equal to plus or minus 5. And then that's going to give us really two equations, right? X minus 3 is equal to 5, or x minus 3 is equal to negative 5. Add 3 to both sides. X is going to equal to 8. Add 3 to both sides. X is going to equal to negative 2. So let's plug them in. Now if we plugged in negative 2 into here, notice that we're going to get a negative number inside of those parentheses. So can't be this one, but if you guys plug in 8 into there, it will give us a positive, which is fine. So x is going to equal to 8. 12. Alright, so let's subtract 15 from both sides. Log base of 8 of 28k minus 20 is equal to 3. So we're going to be using this formula, right? We have log form. We're going to make it into exponential form. So this is going to be 8 to the third is equal to 28k minus 20. We went from here, and notice how we just went to there using this formula. So 8 to the third, you guys, is 512, which equals 28k minus 20. Add 20 to both sides. 532 is equal to 28k. Divide both sides by 28. And we're going to get 19 is equal to k. Plug it back into the original, and it's going to give us a positive. Looks like it's going to be good, so that is going to be your guys' answer. 14. So let's combine it into one log. So log and a positive, so that's product rule. So log base 2 of 4 times c minus 9, which is equal to log, or no, sorry, just equal to 5. So log base of 2 of 4c minus 36 is equal to 5. And now we are going to be using, we have log form right now, so log form, and we're going to change it to be exponential. So 2 to the 5th is equal to 4c minus 36. 32 is equal to 4c minus 36. Add 36 to both sides. 68 is equal to 4c. Divide both sides by 4. 17 is going to equal to c. And then I plug that into here. 17 minus 9 is positive, so it looks like it checks out. And lastly, you guys, 16. So again, this is going from log form to exponential. So 8 to the second is equal to p squared plus 15. 64 is equal to p squared plus 15 minus 15 minus 15. 49 is going to equal to p squared. Square root both sides. Plus or minus 7 equals a p. Plug in 7 and negative 7 into p, and it's going to give you a positive value. So both of those are your answers. Hopefully all that practice you guys helped. We did some in class today, and you guys just, look at the rest and just practice. All right, good.